Master Durojaiye Segun facing up against Tachie Charles. From his rack of KELTYPI, he made a move of Kelty and Kelty scores 34 points. We can see AVIANAO and Kwaku's top move is Valonia or Novalia, keeping just A for 20 points. So I think he's making a move of Novalia, and Novalia scores 20 points, keeping just A. Brilliant move and brilliant eyesight from him. So we can see a bingo of phonies on Master Segun Durojaiye's rack, and I think we should be saying that's calm down. So through the O, there is a bingo of isophone for 102 points. It's a ×4. His original bingo phonies would not be landing on the board, but it can play isophone for 102 points, and it can also play a phonies through the A of Novalia for 65 points. All right, I think he couldn't spot the move of isophone. That's a miss. So he's taking his another play of a phonies, and that's 65 points. All right, so the first blank of the game has been drawn, and we can see AVEEEO, quite a number of vowels that Mr. Tachie Charles has. Although he can share the vowels, if he decides to play Kiev for 24 points, he's going to have AO blank left, or Vene keeping EO blank, or Ivovae keeping E blank. He's actually taking his time on this move because he really has to try and balance the rack.
Yeah, it's worth taking because his rack is.
So after his bingo,
Not encouraging at all. The waifu. Sorry? If he plays a waifu, he will have a AEN, rack leave of AEN, which is not a bad leave.
All right, so we see Kiev come down. And Kiev scores 24. All right, I think there was a challenge. All right, so there was a challenge. And Kiev is a valid word, so he gets additional points for the play. All right, we have WUINEAF, and we see 4 come down. 4 scores 30 points, keeping EIUN. All right, so after his play of Eve, there is the J, the O, the T, and then COA for Mr. Tachie. So there's a score of Joko. Joko scores 47. There's Jota and Jato. Personally, I prefer Joko because it's a very obvious move, and it keeps 80 blank. It's a good leave, and the board is still quite open. You can also decide to play Jot. Jot scores 39, keeping AOC. All right, he has committed the play of Jot. Jot for 39 points, keeping OCA blank. All right, I think we're going to see a play of Ibex for 66 points. Wow, that's quite a number of points there. 66 points. Ibex keeping UNT. He wastes no time playing it because, he really has to start taking his scores and start taking a very solid lead in the game. So Ibex 66 points committed already. So from his leave of OCA blank, Mr. Tachie drew B, U, and G. Not the rack, not the tiles he was hoping for. So there's a an option of BOG for 28, GOB for 27. That's keeping AUC blank. There's also a play of Guanaco through the AN from 4 and Novalia, keeping B blank. I really wonder what he's going to do because he has been holding this blank for about 2 turns and his opponent is already taking a strong lead in the game. And it may seem as though Mr. Segun has another bingo arranged on his rack. All right, so I think he's taking GOB for 27 points. All right, so pre-unite is Kwaku's stop move through the E of keys, and underlining HI and JOB from his former play of Ibex. There's Paincho through the A of Novalia for 74. There's Repunit for 74. There's Unripest through the S of Aphonis as well for 62. So he has quite a number of options, and I think he's going for Unripest, which is 62 points. I don't think he was able to spot Pre-Unite or Pencho. Maybe he wasn't even thinking to play to any of those slots. Anyways, 62 points on Ripest committed already. All right, CRALDU and a blank on Mr. Tachie's rack. Still no bingo dropping yet, although he can score 29 points, keeping. He can score 29 points, keeping ALR blank. It must really be frustrating to hold on to the blank for a long time now, almost 4 turns, and he has still not played a bingo with the blank. I guess that's what Scrabble does. The bag promises you nothing, and Scrabble is a game of luck and probabilities. Because I can imagine having the blank and your opponent has played 2 bingos and he has taken a score of 66. So the lead is actually quite much at this point. So he really needs to get back into the game. He's taking his time on this move to see what he can do. I can only imagine what he's thinking, or what can I do if I play this, how does it help? Where can I bingo? What are the open spaces on this board? A lot of things going through his mind right now. Still thinking very, very much. Although I genuinely feel like CUD would have been an automatic move for me because, you know, I don't think there's a
Yeah.
need to be overthinking right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
See
there's actually a need to
you.
overthink. If your opponent is leading with 157 points, there's a need to overthink. He has spent about 2 minutes plus thinking on this particular move. Wow.
But it's worth thinking, don't you think?
I think it really is worth thinking. Your opponent is leading with 157, and you're really hoping that it doesn't come back with another bingo to extend the lead even further.
Yes. And I think the CUD is his best
Yes,
move.
CUD. I think
This
he has
time.
committed that already. CUD. That scores 29 points, taking him to 149. FNSSOMN. Kwaku's top move is Noms for 33, and that's what he plays immediately. He doesn't even waste any time on the move.
Yeah, because he had already used Mr. Tachie's time to think, think through his rack.
Yes, so yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so finally Mr. Tachi has drawn nice styles and is playing to the Y. So this should be ribaldry for 86. There's also drearily for 86 as well, but he's going for ribaldry. And yes, so he has finally dropped the blank. All right, FBULEHH. Sorry, FNSULEH. All right, so there's flush 35. I really don't think he would want to use the S, but then again, scoring and then taking his lead even further might be a game plan for
Yeah,
him right now. Yes,
yeah, it's still in the lead, given that the second blank is still
it's still out. Yes,
good. So he will want
although
to play more time. Okay.
there's another option of PUH for him. That scores 24. That's about 11 points less than flush, but he gets to keep his S. The problem with that is he has three extra consonants alongside the S and just one vowel. If it goes to the back to draw two more consonants, it's really not a good move.
Yeah. But I think the PUH is the best option for me. But flush is also okay because it will give him room to go to the back to look for the remaining blank. Instead, he went for
Yes, okay, so he has gone for fair instead. So fair scores 22, keeping ULNS. So C, I'm not so sure if this is C or O. Okay, so OLIAMSI on his rack. So OI scores 16. Okay, so it's not O, it's C. So CLIAMIS. All right, so MIC, PIC, CAMI, Kami. Kami scores 26. Keeping ILS. MI scores 18, keeping AICLS. Although I think I'll go with Kami. ILS is a very good rack leave. So he's taking his time as usual to think on this. So I think the scores should be 290 to 235. Okay, plus 22. That should be 312 to 235. Is still the lead is still much, not so much actually, considering the fact that the second blank is still out. But then the bond is quite conditioned. I'm not so sure. It's extremely open for a bingo to land right now. So it goes for
That's why
PIC.
yeah, he's trying to open the board for himself because he's trailing at the moment.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
second blank has not been seen yet. PIC
Yes.
scores 21. All right, so Mr. Segun Durojaiye immediately goes there to play Klong. He doesn't want to give any floats for his option and for his opponent rather. He wants to condition the board as well as he can.
Which is the right thing to do.
Yes, it is. I mean, you're leading. You want to keep your lead. Take your win and go on to the next round. So, although on Mr. Charles' rack, he has MALTIES, he really cannot do anything other than just take a score. And I think he's doing meals. Yes, because there's no bingo and there are no floats because the board is actually conditioned. So he's doing meals and speak. I'm not sure that speak is valid. It has been played anyway. All right. So OTOOSQR blank still second black is still inside the bag.
And the speak is still there.
Yes, it is, and he has drawn tiles already. So I think so. All right, OTOOSQR and Kwaku's top choice is exchanging OOQ.
Yeah. But it's changing
Would
at this
you?
point.
Yes, I was about to ask you if you were going to, if you were in the situation, if you would actually exchange or you do something different.
I think I don't know, but I think yes, I would do something different. I would just
Okay, so what would you have done in this situation?
um
Or
given that
what
I
would you
have
do in this situation? Yes.
given that I have a S in my hand, that Q is not that bad after all.
Hmm.
Yeah. All I need is just to draw one eye. It will even help me to constrain the board, like play QIS at that cube.
Yes. Yes.
So I will just maybe try to play out more O's. But let's see what their master. Let's see what they have to
So
do.
he played CO right next to Mills, and CO scores 13. Would you think that's a very good play? Do you think it's a very good play?
Mm, no, because of the OAR there.
And he's still keeping the Q.
Yeah. That Q might be a lifesaver, you know.
It's very possible.
Yes.
Still no second blank.
Unseen. Okay.
And I can see his rack. Okay, so I think he's playing RO. Still keeping the Q. You know, sometimes it's really not good to be in a haste to dispose these styles, especially because
Yeah.
the game is approaching the end game. And like you said, the cube could actually be a potential lifesaver.
Yes, it could come in handy. Like just playing QIS at that cube alone will, I think, will seal the board.
So still no second blank. RT ATRUZ. So there's a score of ZA for 44. Connecting the Z to the E of from Kiev. But I think he's doing something different. Oh, he played Rifts, keeping AURTZ.
Really?
What do you think is the thoughts behind this play?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Really?
Wow. Maybe he's banking on the second blank, you know. But then sometimes in situations like this, a lot of players would assume that their opponent already has the blank and then they play, you know, with that assumption.
Yeah, that's why they say sometimes play to your rack. Just play to your rack. Don't think about what your opponent has and what he doesn't have. But if
So
he
Mr.
had played
Shegun has
at that key, he probably would have taken the lead. Don't you think? Given that Mr. Durojaiye score is 351 and
yes,
Tachie's 330.
yes. And
Please.
he just drew the second blank.
Yes.
Yes.
The game is
So
becoming quite interesting.
DSQEAAA on Mr. Shegun's rack.
Yeah.
Not so sure there's a way you can drop the Q right now. Now Kwaku is saying days DAES keeping AAQ. Personally, I would not even want to do that. The second blank is still out. The Z is still out. There's another E outside. You know, a lot of tiles, and these tiles are actually bingo prone tiles. So you'd not even want to come outside like that. There's another option of AAS. I still don't think I would want to do that as well. And there's ASEA for 23 points, keeping DAQ. All these moves are actually opening the board. I think he would want to play defensively and try and take a move inside the board. But I
Like
don't think.
drift, AD,
Yes,
drift.
AD drifts for 20. Yes, something like that. Take a little score and still stay inside, because drift and AD is really not bad. It just costs 3 points less than the other plays like days and Ase. So it's really not bad playing AD to score 20 points.
Tachie, I can see he has a Azurites.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Um, did you even notice that this is since we've been streaming today, this is the first game they didn't start with a bingo.
Yes, it is.
Those
That
people
is
have
true. I
to-
did not notice that.
Yeah, those
That's
people, I
true.
think, yeah, the
The
first
other,
one we
yes,
started with the
yes.
bingo, the second one the same, the third one the same.
That's actually very true. This is the first one that they start with a bingo.
Yes,
All right, so I still Mr. Segun Durojaiye to move, and um he really doesn't want to make any mistakes at this point, because a little mistake can cost him the game.
of course.
Yes, the blank is outside. Um, in as much as his opponent has drawn it, he might still be thinking that it's in the bag, and it could also be thinking that his opponent has drawn it as well.
And you
So
too, you'll be hoping to draw the last you.
yes, which his opponent has already.
Yes.
Also, considering that it's the end game, I really don't think he wants to be left with the Q on his rack. Because that's going to be an additional 20 points for his opponent.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so still thinking.
Do you think he'll be like regretting not changing when he had those series of O's and Q?
It is possible, but then he might not want to lose a turn. But then the funny thing about Scrabble is, if he had changed, then there's a probability that I would have drawn the blank, but he probably did not know or doesn't know that the blank was still in the bag. Okay, so he played AA, and that's just 8 points.
Okay.
So the triple Kwaku's top move is still QA for 44. And 44 points is quite a lot.
ZA for 44 for Mr. Tachie, you mean?
Yes.
Are you seeing Mr. Durojaiye his rack? Because I can't see his rack from my end.
I can't see his rack as well. I think he used his hand is covering the rack. Okay, now we can see it is DSQEAIY.
Okay, at least he has an eye.
Yes, Cadiz.
Yeah, kids.
Yes.
Whatever it is, as long as he will remove that Q.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Tachie has played ZA for 44 points.
Okay, so Mr. Tachi has taken the lead. And he still has the blank. And there's actually a chance that he might actually bingo on his next turn.
Okay,
I think,
from under the key.
yes, if he plays Cardiff or Kate, something like uterine. Okay, I think they're having a score reconciliation.
Okay.
The game is very close, and it can still tilt either way.
I think this one is one of those games where the person who finishes first wins.
Something
I
like
think
that.
so. Yeah.
And I think there's just one tile left in the bag.
Yes, which is probably G.
No, the G has been played. Okay, G.
Okay.
Yes, that's probably the last tile.
Okay. I can't see Mr. Durojaiye's rack.
Yes, he has AEYIDQS.
Okay.
If Mr. Durojaiye doesn't play Cadiz, do you think there's anywhere else on the board that Bingo can land? Because if not, he can actually decide to play QIS instead.
I don't know why bingo can land on this board except through the key.
Yes. He drops just the Y for 35.
Oh, just the Y for 35.
Just the Y. That's
Let's see if
that's
Mr. Tachie could bingo, if he could bingo.
if you ask me, I think that's actually a very tactical play, because if his opponent doesn't bingo out, he has no choice but to play. Now, if he plays and it's not a bingo, then there's no way he can actually lose the game. That's Mr. Durojaiye. And it's leading with 20 and has um the Q with him and the last S. So it's like having, an upper hand in the game.
Upper hand than someone who has a blank.
I mean, the blank would not do much if the board is conditioned the way it is. Because looking at it, there is nowhere for him to play bingo. Mr. Segun is ahead by 20. If he plays Kwaku stop move for Esther using his blank, he scores 27, which takes him ahead by 7. Mr. Segun has a play of Cadiz for 30 something, and that's bringing him, ahead again.
Yeah, by 23
Yes,
points.
yes. So I really do not think um, he has the upper hand in this game, even though he has the blank.
Yeah, no matter what Tachie plays, he should just leave at least I on his rack.
If he leaves the play, I can see here that is going to allow him leave letter I on his rack is to win, and that scores 19. Now, scoring 19 doesn't even give him the lead because his opponent is leading with 20 and he's still going to score 30 something points eventually. Is he about to play RUC?
No, leaving that to you, I don't think is okay. Let's see what he has in mind. If he's thinking that
Hmm.
Mr. Durojaiye will play Cade starting from under the key,
Mm-hmm.
like K
Yes.
Q I S there, I don't think it's possible. I think Mr. Durojaiye will go to the AA.
Yes, that's where it's going to go. And that's what we're
Yeah.
seeing right now.
And he's not going to score as much as he he wants with that living that youth.
Yes, yes. So I think he plays Etwiz for 20.
And
Yes, and all the same, and that should take
Durojaiye.
him. Yes,
Yeah.
20 takes him to 409 plus 6. That's 415. So Mr. Segun still wins.
Yes.
I think he planned his end game very, very strategically, not playing the Kates first, playing the Ori first. That was 35 points. And then emptying the bag, knowing fully well that the bingo would not land anywhere. And taking another score of 33. That's like 68 in two moves. So that's actually a very good end game strategy from him.
Yeah, that's I think that's a masterly play.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, it's the
Mm.
elite category. So we should actually be expecting to see tactical plays like this.
Yeah, because I can't leave kids at this time on my rack. Really, that will be the first thing I will remove once I see
Yes,
the eye. But we learn every day.
we do. We do. We really do.
Yeah, that's why it's
And
good
yes,
to
and both players
stay on top
have
of the game.
both players have really shown their word power and skills.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back for round 8 after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Bye.